What is up, everybody? My name is Mr. Craven, and welcome to the Roottrees Are Dead. Yeah, this is a mystery game where we try to piece together a family tree for a famous family after a terrible tragedy. This is a patron pick. Thank you so much to Prua for recommending this game. You can join my Patreon for as low as $1 a month. You get access to my Discord server, recommend games I play, get your name in my credits, and get exclusive content. Yeah. Boop. A genealogical mystery game straight out of 1998. Scour the early internet for clues, uncover hidden connections, and piece together the family tree behind the secretive Roottree Corporation. Came out earlier this year and has overwhelmingly positive reviews. And I believe it's $20. This isn't going to be a full playthrough because I think... So there's two parts to this game. There's the first main bit, and then a second bit unlocks once you beat it. The first main bit can take around 10 hours to beat. So we're gonna be doing kind of like a first impressions slash as much as I can before my brain gets fried. If this video gets 500 likes, I will do a part 2. Yeah, cool. Let's do it. Boop. Yeah, oh yeah, the Roottrees Are Dead, and Roottree Mania is what opens up after you beat the main game. Yeah, so boop. Boop. Love. Love. December 6th, 1998.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottrees Sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Rootrees are dead.
Damn. Damn.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottree Company's lawyers are scrambling.
I bet.
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
I personally am not. I don't even know what a second cousin is.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Pass. Okay, here we go. Complete the family tree of the Roottree Sisters. Okay, so siblings are in birth order. Oldest to youngest. Got it. Examine the evidence, search the... Oh. Love. Search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Got it. Okay, so we have a spouse over here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, so... Damn, there are a lot of... Oh, my God, there's a lot of root trees. Holy shit. Okay, so we have... Starting from Candy, there's Carl. That's the father. I heard that in the news report. Oh my God. All right. We also have occupations. We have baby. Love. Cute. You could be a farmer in those clothes. Different presidents. Oh. Probably of the company. Okay. Then photos. Okay, no photos. You guys start, click on faces on your evidence tab. Got it. Okay. This is my evidence tab. Got it. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottree Sisters Got Milk ad. Yeah, remember this is late 80s, or not late 80s, late 90s. I tracked down a test photo before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. They painted them on? The ad's copy reads, you might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading. Or you might recognize our name from the candy bar company candy bar you're eating. Being a root tree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it. Okay. Neat. Okay. List provided by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You will need it to fill in the family tree. Yeah, here's all... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, because that's tips. Oh. Yeah, so this is my notebook. So I can add an... Oh, okay. So, like... Sisters. Got it. And it makes a little tab here. Neat. Okay. What's this? Oh, a hint. Alright. Melody by Jeremy Johnson. Good job, Jeremy. Welcome to the Information Superhighway. Thank you for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem. Damn. Which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those high-resolution images. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer. Or burn a music CD to listen to later. Also, it's got a sudden... Okay. Making sure my green screen's not showing. I don't know why that just popped in my head. If you want to revisit a search history or a search result, there we go. Be sure to use Netscape Explorer's new history feature. Happy surfing. Remember, cashew PCs are delicious. Cashew PCs are inedible. Do not try to eat your computer. Okay. Who's old enough to remember these? I feel like I'm about to sign in to AOL. Yeah, like, you've got mail. Okay. So we know Carl Roottree. Let's see. Carl Roottree died in a recent plane crash along with his wife, Brenda Roottree. Okay, so now we know the wife's name. Let's do one for Carl. Okay. And it said that we could highlight things. Oh, love. As well as the clothing company Root. Highlight. Weird. Weird. Okay. According to the, let's see, and their daughters, the Roottree Sisters. He was the president of the Roottree Candy Company, as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. According to news sites, the Roottree Candy Company plans to put out a press release sometime within the hour to address the absence of Carl, the crash, and the absence of Carl, the crash, and questions they've been receiving. Okay. Within the hour to address the absence of Carl. What does that mean? Interesting. Okay, whatever. Once you finish placing the Roottree Sisters on the family tree, it would be wise to repeat this search. That's a good hint. Got it. Okay. So let's look up Brenda Roottree. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White official. Okay, so her original name is Brenda White. Married Brenda White. Okay. Brenda White original. The auction describes it as a vintage dress before Brenda became Brenda Roottree and started designing clothes for Root. The white and An auction for a black and blue dress. The white and gold dress itself does not seem relevant to your search. That is a great reference. Craven, insert a picture of that fucking dress. That is a great reference. Okay. Sisters. Okay, there are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottree Sisters modeling careers. You also come across an unofficial Roottree fan site, seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. That's early internet. Love it. The young webmaster writes, Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest. Oh, okay. Hold on. Sisters. Let's do one for Raina. Let's highlight. Oldest. God, I can't type. Sister. Okay. Got married to TM. Ooh, okay. TMS. Riley is the smart one. Rose is the middle child, like me. Okay, so let's do one for Rose. Middle sister. And then one for Riley. Youngest. Okay. You might think they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company. And their mom, Brenda, is a fashion designer. They do modeling for her brand, Root. Okay. Got it. Okay. I eat Roottree candy all the time. My favorite are maple crisps. And try to dress in plaid root clothes. Wait. I think the brand is... That's the second... Hold on. Root. Okay, so it's... Edit, no, it's this. This is how you spell the brand. Root. Capital Root. With a dot at the end. A period. Interesting. Okay. Try to dress some plaid root clothes like Riley does and most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Okay. So Riley, youngest. Edit note. Dresses in plaid. Rose. Pierced ears. The author's website, or the website's author, continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about the Root fashion line, but none of that is relevant. Okay. Let's go back here. So we know the oldest is Raina. Oop. Okay, I'm getting confused about the buttons down there. Then there's Rose. Okay, so there's no Rose. On the list. Okay. Okay. Riley. I have to figure out what's up with Rose here in a second. So we got... She's in plaid. So this is Riley. She has pierced ears. So that's Rose. And then... you. Occupation? Model? Okay, now for spouse. We know. Oh, that didn't help. Okay. So I'm looking for somebody with the initials TMS. So let's look for a name with 3. TMS. Last name would be an S, so it's down here. Or not. Hold on. There's also a list of men. Am I weird in thinking that it would be like this? Am I dumb? QRS. There's Thomas Sheridan. Okay, so I just need to figure out if Thomas Sheridan has a middle name with M. Also need to figure out her name. Okay. So let's look up Root. Root, the period is part of the name, is a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You've spied the Roottree Sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, and Raina." So, but there's no Rose. It would be weird if they named all 3 of their daughters something that started with RH. So I'm gonna assume that she changed her name for branding purposes. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year, every year since 1984, and Raina appeared on almost all of them. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. Mentions that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree Sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on the cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. It says that this was the only time her daughter was ever listed by her birth name, Carly. Carly. Okay. Do we have a Carly? It'd be weird to have a dad named Carl, then name your daughter Carly. That's weird. I did it. But I never figured out who the husband was. Yeah, no optionals. Damn it. Come on in.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Thanks.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even.
Ooh.
But here's the catch. The root trees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Do I want to see this thing?
The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Okay.
And...
Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to double click. Sorry. Anyone related by marriage is optional, but filling them in could lead to useful discoveries.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable root trees.
Okay.
Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree.
Got it.
I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Okay. What?
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Rootrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
That's shady. Shady lady. Wait. Need three more correct blood relatives before I can lock in. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, name, occupation, and portrait, they'll be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional. And placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. We know that you are Carl Roottree. And I think that he's the most recent president. So I'm going to put him down for the 5th president. We know that his wife is Brenda White. Okay. Interesting. So wait, she has an extra photo somewhere. Okay. So hold on. Let's look up TMS. Common abbreviation for 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. First credit as role, Thomas Sheridan was on a soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role in the sitcom Brother Trouble. Okay, hold on. Notes. Let's make an entry for him under the Sisters page. Okay. Married. What was her name? Raina. Married Raina was on Time Marches Onward. And Brother Trouble. Got it. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has often been on the cover of tabloids for his supposed drug use, and more recently, his relationship with Raina Roottree. After a short engagement, they married in 1997 when she was only 19 and he was 23. Okay. So now I know his name is Thomas. Let's go back. Nope. Here. Do we have a Thomas? Thomas Sheridan. There we go. Okay. Also, I want to look up... Wait. So we have a public library. We need author name and book title. Periodicals, largest... internet's largest database of magazines and newspapers. Got it. Damn. 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 Okay. Let's look up... Time Marches Onward. Time Marches Onward is a soap opera. Was the first credited role for Tommy Mark Sheridan, who was only 7 years old and still being credited as Thomas Sheridan at the time, according to your search. The show has been on air for 22 years and is set to focus on 3 large families that own different ranches in the same town in Texas. TMS appeared as Carson in 53 episodes before his character went away to camp. That's a classic way to get rid of a character back then. A few episodes later, his parents learned of his off-screen death in a terrible whitewater rafting accident. During the second run, Carson was played by an actor other than Tommy Mark Sheridan. The discrepancy was explained by covering his face in bandages and claiming that his work in the silver mines left him permanently disfigured and caused his voice to sound completely different. After a plastic surgery operation that happened amidst a hostage situation at the local hospital, the bandages were removed, and the new actor played Carson for additional 3 years, appearing... Oh, wait. I skipped an entire thing. So he died in a whitewater rafting accident. After a 6-year absence, Carson returned, now with partial amnesia. He recalled that though he was saved from the river, the couple who found him were evil drug runners. They had smuggled him across the Mexican border and sold him into child labor. After he managed to escape, he couldn't remember who he was. He eventually found his way home by following the address that his parents had written on the tag of his jacket. During the second run, Carson was played by an actor other than Tommy. Got it. So after plastic surgery operation, blah, 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 the bandages were removed, and the new actor played Carson for additional 3 years, appearing in over 500 episodes. He was then killed permanently this time, while saving his younger sister from drowning in a whitewater rafting accident that happened at the same river where his initial accident took place. Fascinating as all this is, none of this is related to the Rootrees. Oh my god. So he was only in 50 episodes? 53 episodes. The other guy got 500 episodes? God! Soap operas go on too long, man. It's like One Piece. But the Trouble was a 1989 sitcom about two 16-year-old brothers the same age, one adopted, played by Tommy Mark Sheridan and Dustin Christopher Baker. Okay. Fuck. Why can't I copy that? Copy. Their single mother, played by stand-up Penelope Tessa Green. Oh my god. Okay. Edit note. Co-star, boop. Just in case these people are important. Often had to navigate her job as a magazine columnist, as well as the troubles that come with raising two boys who were extremely competitive in sports, academics, and even romantic pursuits of their next-door neighbor, Roxy. The showrunner was small screen director Ron Roottree. Holy shit. Okay. He is a director? Showrunner? The show had strong ratings through the entirety of season 1. So this happens in 1989. So you'd have to be probably around the same age as Carl. So I wonder if Carl has any brothers. The show had strong ratings through the entirety of season 1, rocketing both Sheridan Baker into instant stardom, most amongst teenage girl demographic. However, it was canceled in 1991, midway through the second season, due to significant ratings drop-off. Got it. That is sick. Didn't expect to find a root tree there. Okay. All right, so we got this section done. So we have, oh my god, so on the same level as Carl, there is a lot. There's a lot. Like that is daunting. That is daunting. All right. It also said to look up Carl Roottree again once I fill that in. Okay. He was president of the candy company as well as the clothing company. I also need to look up this. Carl. Yeah. Need to look up just the Roottree Candy Company. With a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottree Sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottree family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Feeling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Okay, let's copy this. Notes, Carl. Let's look this up. And it was his great-grandfather before him. So here's Carl. So it'd be you. You got that title. Got it. Got it. Okay. Search. New periodical added. Business Watch. Business Watch is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They've been around for over 100 years in one form or another, and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year they offer an award to a prominent business... Fuck, I'm so burpy, I'm sorry. A prominent businessman who has furthered the field. They call this the Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that 2 Roottrees have been featured as Watchman of the Year. Elias Roottree and Carl Roottree. Business Watch does not host any online archives on any site you can find via spider search, though you may be able to find individual articles. Okay, on the periodical. So Elias Roottree. Got it. Let's call this one Presidents. So 5th, Carl. So, did they say, wait. Great-grandfather. Wait. Before you comment that I'm an idiot, great-grandfather is him. Damn it. All right. Great-grandfather. Damn it. I was hoping to fill this in, but no, that's Elias. Got it. Okay. So let's remember that. How about... Elias, old JPEG? Elias Roottree was the founder of the first president. Okay. Damn, that saxophone's going off. First president of the Roottree Candy Company. You find what is essentially propaganda site about him created by the Roottree Candy Company. At the top, there is a picture of him and his wife, Gwynn. Okay. I think that's already filled in, actually. Yeah. Okay. I'll put him as first president. Wait. I know this is Elias, and this is Gwyneth. Okay, I'm assuming just straight up Elias. Not, okay, it's Gwyneth. Gwyneth Anderson? Fuck. There's 2. There's Madsen and Anderson. Okay. That picture has been added to your evidence. There's also a biography section that has some additional information. Elias is credited for inventing 5 Pieces, a popular maple candy. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying his wife only produced syrup. Okay. The 5 Pieces became wildly successful. Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy." The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. There's a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottree Legacy by Bess Williams. Okay, so I need to look that up. So under... What's page 3? Ron. Okay, add page. No, wait. Yeah. Okay. Let's call this Elias. Okay. Let's do one for Roottree Okay. 5 pieces. Started as a farm owned by wife. So she'd be a farmer? Blood is thicker than syrup. There we go. Now I can just like copy stuff on this part. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Okay, so yeah, I got those links. Got it. Okay. Let's... Public library. Family Man by Bess Williams. Old book about Elias Roottree. There's no downloadable version because the book is impossible to find these days. Neat. Fucking wasting my time. Okay. Okay, so that was some good information. That's some good information. I need to figure out what his wife's name was. Oop. This is a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Roottree. It was taken in 1909 after they founded the Roottree Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you found searching on the internet, it seems quite difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. Elias and Gwyneth are on the notable Roottree list, okay? Yeah, I need to figure out what her last name is. Unless, because I think he's the Roottree, right? Okay. So let's go back here. Let's give them pictures. There we go. Gwyneth. I wonder if I can just look up Gwyneth Anderson. You find some information on a website for the first Anderson Maple Farm. So that is her. There are a few photos, including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. The photo has been added to your evidence. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottree was Gwyneth Anderson. She has no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm. I wonder if I can... Let's call this Elias / Gwyneth. And do Anderson Maple Farm. Let's copy this. Right here. Let's copy this. Boop. Okay. So she could inherit the maple farm just so long as she married. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors. This led to the 5 pieces, which are still found in stores today. But the Roottree Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm. It has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours to show off the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Okay, so let's go back here. Housewife. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now, what have I not looked up yet? I haven't looked up... I don't think... Have I looked this up yet? Mixed in the recent news of the plane crash, there are a lot of results for Roottree's extremely popular candy products. Their official website is unstable due to traffic it has been receiving. However, you find a direct link to the history section that manages to work momentarily. Roottree Candy Company was founded by Elias Roottree shortly after he married his wife, Gwyneth, whose family owned a small farm called the Anderson Maple Farm. For reasons that aren't explained on the page, it has no CEO. Really? Really? How do I add... I can't move these. Okay. No CEO. I love the music right now. Damn. No CEO and no stockholders. Instead, it's run by a president with input and votes from extended family. The site does mention that every president has been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth, including Carl Roottree, who despite his death is listed as the current president. The product that put them on the map was the 5 pieces maple candies with 5 different flavors that are dipped in a crispy, crackly candy coating. Since then, they have branched out to countless other products, all of which incorporate maple in some way. The sister company is simply titled Root, specialized in children's clothing. Primary models for Root are the Roottree Sisters. Got it? Let's look up 5 pieces. I keep seeing this mentioned. From marketing materials and various candy history sites, you learn that 5 pieces are the iconic candy sold by the Roottree Candy Company. Although they are no longer the company's only popular product, they still sell well to this day. 5 pieces are small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies that, since the late 20s, have been pressed in the shape of a maple leaf. Although they usually have one flavor that looks more like a berry. Interesting. As tastes have changed over the years, so have the 5 flavors, but the shape and combination with maple have remained consistent. There's also a history of print advertising website that claims to have a 5 pieces advertisement scan from a book called The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2. Okay. Let's edit this. It's not a picture, it's an advert. Okay. Unfortunately, when you click through the website, it seems like all their image links are broken. I wonder if I can look that up in a periodical. Oh, wait, no. Wait. It's a book. It's a book. It's a book. No. No. Okay, it's by Charles Lee. Boop. Now let's get rid of Charles Lee. Vintage Pieces. Okay, 1985, hardcover, history, advertising, nonfiction. This is part of a book series about all things candy in the modern world. It starts in 1925 and continues onward to chronicle the rise of mass production and global distribution. The book ends with a look into the future of candy as envisioned by experts in 1985. With the addition of hindsight, you can clearly see they got pretty much everything wrong. Includes some print advertisements. You find newspaper ad for 5 pieces from 1930s. So I think this is the newest one. There's 5 flavors because the original inventor had 5 kids. Maybe that's why kids still love them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. Okay. Oh, so it's a piece for each kid. Got it. Got it. Okay. You find this advertisement in The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. It's from 1928, 6 years after the debut of 5 Pieces. It states the flavors are inspired by their children. And the order is grape, elderberry, cinnamon extract, melon, and the newest flavor, miracleberry. So this might be a hint to their names. GECEMM. Where's that list? Is there a Roottree that's CE? Clancy Edward. He was 1, 2, 3. He was the grandfather of Carl. Okay, so let's do Clancy Edward. Let's go back to this list. Okay, so G. There's no G Roottree under men. There's Gwynn and Gwendolyn. Sorry, my mouth is just flying open. So this could be Gwendolyn or Gwen. Not sure. What was the next flavor? E. Okay, is there a Lady E? No. How about boys? Ah, shit. Wait, Elias Jr. You could be Elias Jr. Okay, let's put number 2 as Elias Jr. So we have Elias Jr., Clancy. Who's the next one? M for melon. Ugh, I hate melon flavor. I hate melon flavor. All right, M Roottree. So it could be Marguerite. Miracle. Wait. Miracleberry. The youngest is Miracle. And then there's a Miracle Jr. I just don't know which one they'd be, but one of them is a notable Roottree. Interesting. Okay. We got some names filled in. Okay. Let's... Yeah, I got these. I'm It's the G and the M on this that I'm not sure about. Okay. So Carl Roottree, he's on the notable list. So they're crossed off because I got them all done. Elias and Gwynn, I think I got them. Here, let's look up Gwynn Roottree. Wait. Oh, that's sick. I can just search it right off the bat. Also, let me turn the music down a little bit. Okay, you find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Gwynn Roottree is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Okay. Gwynn. Actress. Got divorced. Which I think that's what these, yeah, split up. So we're looking for one of the stars that has you. Of the ones with stars, the only one that split up. Apparently there's no notable ones over here. Damn. This side of the family's lazy as shit. The only one that split up is you. So you are Gwynn. You're actor. Okay. Okay. Let's see. 1950s, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was in the hit movie Guys Like Us. Guys Like Us or Guys Like... I wonder what the, like, how you... Is like Guys Like Us, or is it Guys Like Us? Where's that emphasis? She left Hollywood after the flop Christmas Mission. Okay. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwynn from behind the scenes. Sorry. One of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know trivia? Gwynn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree, founder of the Roottree Candy Company. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous last name. So this is definitely a lady. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Got it. Nope. Where? Oh, she's hot. Damn. Photos widely circulated of Gwynn Roottree. You've seen it on multiple websites about old films. It's on the notable list. Okay, boop. Now let's go plug that in. This scene makes me feel good. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked and baby unlocked optional entries for, yeah, the 2 spouses. Okay, so she got a divorce. And I can apparently get another picture of her somewhere. I wonder if I can get it if I look up those other movie titles. Let's look up. Christmas Mission. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. Okay. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I, released in 1955, that received poor reviews and lost the studio money. Gwynn Roottree had a role as a soldier's wife, who wrote him letters from home. There's no additional relevant information. The movie was marketed as an incredible true story, but no record of the events happening has ever been found. Damn. Okay. I keep forgetting which buttons are which. Guys Like Us. Let's see. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues. Starring Gwynn Roottree. Ooh, got some more names to look up eventually. Let's do co-stars. The titles will play on words, as it can read both as both of the two women are men similar to other men, or that men are fond of them. That's what I was asking. Cute. Let's do Gwynn Roottree divorce. Come across some mentions of marriage to Wild Bill Williams. Let's make him his own little section. There we go. Boop. They divorced before the birth of her second child. Okay. Let's... You find some information? Okay. Well, Bill Williams was the leading man of some non-notable movies in the 1950s. He appeared in an adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Brave. Okay. Favors the Grave. Got it. Which is yet to be released on for home audiences. You don't find any additional information about that film. He was known for his good looks and off-screen romance, specifically with blondes. And she was a blonde for sure. He's married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and that she was already aware of his reputation. Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France. He returned there often. Got it. So what's his actual name? Because Wild Bill is clearly... let's see. This is the same listing. Interesting. Okay. Is there a Williams? No. Wild Bill. Is there a William? No. Sam, Linus, Walter, Christopher, Guy, Brian, David, Mark, Ernest, James, Zach, Chris, Clark, Jacob. Then we got the Rootrees. I can probably skip these since she's the Roottree. We know that he married the the oldest Roottree sister, Jason, Steven, and Zach. All right, so we don't know who she married just yet. Okay, sick. So I got her locked in. Okay. What else do I got? I can look up her co-stars. Starred in Guys Like Us. Not relevant. Okay. Harrison Lane was a television actor with a major role in Guys Like Us and some other films. His largest role before Guys Like Us was as the villain in the first season of Western Frontiers. How do I do this? Let's edit note. Harrison Lane. Has no connection to the Rootrees. Harrison Lane seems like a dead end. Oh. Alright. Might as well look this up. Damn it. I'm hitting some blocks now. Harrison Lane married his high school sweetheart after they reunited at a movie premiere. Alright. That's a dead end. Alright. Story so far? Yeah, okay. Let's look at the list. So I got Gwynn done. How about Red Roottree? Aloysius Herring. Wait. Red Herring. Roottree, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname, ironically, because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for Senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the name was merely a coincidence, and so he's not even a part of the Roottree family. He is just some guy with the same last name with a little red herring. All right, Jim Roottree, let's do it. Oh. James oh. Let's do James. Okay. Jim and Diamond. Oh. Is a singer in the duo with his wife Diamond LaRue. God, I can't type. Typing with a microphone right here, so I have to like move my hands weirdly. It's so hard. Wah. Let's do another highlight for Diamond. Okay. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' on Down to the City. Oop. What'd I do? There we go. Let's edit this. It's now in your evidence folder. Although Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by the fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but it has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond Dazzlers. Sorry if I'm taking too many notes, y'all. I'm just trying to be thorough with this shit. Come here. Highlight. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums they mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim had become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made public appearance since 1986. Damn. There we go. Don't see if they ever... I don't think they got divorced. Did they? That could be him. All right. I only know. Wait, I only know where he goes. Yeah, I only know where he goes. Oh, there's Miracle Jr. Let's look up. Rolling on down the city. Great. Okay, how about... Oh. Sun.mp3, an album by Jim and Diamond released in 1995. Wasn't professionally reviewed, though die-hard fans of Jim and Diamond online say it was a return to form. The CD was apparently so hard to find in stores that some fans have resorted to selling cassette bootlegs of it. There's a music commerce website that claims to sell the album, but it's sold out the moment. You need to find a short sample when the song is called Sun. You add it to your evidence. Oh, Love. She's great. He looks like a Ken doll. Let's see. Rollin' Down the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. That's actually really deep for a disco song. What, somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time. It doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play the oldies. Maybe that's why you'd never heard of it before now. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. Has a sticker on it that says, only the great-grandson of Elias could make disco so sweet. It is credited to nope. No. I need to look that up to see if I can figure out what this stands for. Music and lyrics by Jim Roottree, vocals by Jim and Diamond. Notable. Okay, cool. So we know that he's the great-grandson to Elias. That'd put him on this list, and he's a notable one. So that's you. Yeah, because this is Carl. Carl. So this is James Roottree, and you were a musician, and you were married to Diamond LaRue. You had 2 kids. Interesting. Gotta figure out who your parents were. Let's look up Peter. PETA. Music critic. You find him mentioned on a fan website. Ooh, used to work for Modern Music Monthly. Okay. So now let's go to periodicals. New periodical added. Has played host to many Roottree advertisements over the years. Many products, including the 5P. Okay. Review and interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitchhiker. Jim goes into his first band. Huh. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were... Interesting. C and J, J and D with my cousin and his ex. Okay, so let's go back here. Figure out who he's talking about. You. And his ex. They split up. Or him. They split up. Interesting. Okay. Clark never knew his father. Clark. Okay. Never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane... I'll just put that there. Diamond and Jane. Nope. There we go. On the other hand, are actually sisters. So the four of us had a sort of cutesy family band thing going. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. No more family band. Damn. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then, we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Rollin' is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh. But I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess. And he's a lot happier now. He started Raffertunes. Notes. Let's do Clark. Raffertunes was in boop. Cheated on Jane. Split up. Let's see. He started Raffertunes and he's Raffer. I wonder if that's somebody's last name. And he's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. So they're bankrolling him. Got it. That's also how my father was connected to Roottree. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. So his father he made ads. I just went straight for music as Clark was paying more attention. Back to Jim. Interesting. Let's look up Jane LaRue. Jane. Ooh. Delavicchio? Ooh. Come on. Highlight. Is this on a talent for hire site as a wedding singer? Way down in the credentials section of her biography, it mentions she got her start as a young girl when she was Jane LaRue of the Lucky LaRues. Also mentions to only contact her agent if in the event that you actually wish to hire her, and that any and all inquiries about her past or her sister would be ignored. Okay, so Lucky LaRue's, that's where that ends. Interesting. So, who else we got on this list? Jim Roottree. Isn't that who I'm working on? Yeah. I wonder if I need it. I need the next thing. The next lock-in for that to get crossed out. Well, no, because red and... All right. Let's look up Lauren Roottree. Wait, also didn't I get more evidence? Cherry Tree is an album by Jim and Diamond, and one of the songs is called Sun. The website you found it on did not have a full version, but you managed to find a short preview of the song's chorus. Okay. Jim sings the following.
There blazed a spark of light that ever brightly shone. From her starting days, imparting wisdom to conquer life unknown. Though someday she'd depart in part, I'd never be alone. In my heart, I'll always be the son of...
The son of who? The son of who? Because there was a rhyming convention there. Shown, unknown, alone, I'll be the son of... Damn it. Damn it. I really thought I had something going there. Okay, let's oh yeah, we're doing Lauren. Author Lauren Roottree, a distant relative to the Roottree Sisters, is known for her book A Life Between Wars. Okay, let's Lauren. Okay. In 1965, okay. Oh, she actually wrote a few different books. Wrote Life Between in 1965. Okay. According to a website about famous authors in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. Why can't I spell? Married name was Lauren Rafferty. So her husband, let's go ahead and plug him in really quick. Wait, I'll know who she is yet. She's one of the stars. Who's not starred in yet? you've got to be Miracle Jr. Because he's on the list. He's on the... Yeah, Miracle Jr. And then Miracle Jr. Yeah, she's the last. It's got to be you. So you are Lauren. Roottree. And you married Rafferty. Oh, fuck. Wait. Wait. Raff. Clark. Split up. Clark. Jane. Love. So I don't know what he does now. He was a singer, but I don't know what he does now. Wait. Okay, hold on. Lauren, I'm coming back to you, baby. I'm coming back. But for right now... No. Okay, think. Craven, I know your head hurts. Come on, think. Okay. Someone with the username Diehard Dazzler. Oh, that's right. I need to look up the Dazzlers, too. Notes under Jim. Okay. Scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently this was Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later work. Can't find anything else about... Oh, blop. The band or the single, and that's... all that's left to do is to scan your evidence. After a blazing 35-minute download, the track... 35 minutes to download a song. That takes me back. Trying to download, like, a Limp Bizkit song, and it takes, like, an hour. Fuck, man. Ooh, faces. Who's who, though? Why are their faces covered? Who's who? Ah, fuck. Alright. God damn it. Alright. These Times is an old single from the folk group C and J and D. You have a scan of the album as well as a recording of the title track thanks to a collector of Jim and Roottree memorabilia. Website also listed songs credits as Clark Rafferty, got it, and Jim Roottree, backup vocals. On a sticker that says folk style songwriting catchy with that magazine.
Life is life, and love shall be. Me for you, and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge. Rivers rambling, onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free.
So that's two songs by Jim about a cherry tree. Or a tree. Or it could be a reference to the root trees.
Stories older, dwell on warmth, ignore the colder. Probably yearn for what could be, rose tinted by youth's memory. So act as though these times ain't fleeting. Love still flows, our hearts heart beating. For now ignore fate's destiny. Two roads that cross once at this tree. Someday these times will all be over.
Okay. I think I got it. Oh, I can actually... There we go. Okay, so I have new pictures. I know that you're Diamond. She has blonde hair. Oh, wait. Okay. Here, blonde. I can't do a picture for Jane. Clark. You? I don't know if he's still a musician, though. Let's look up. Damn it. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. Okay. Well, I can put a picture on this one, but not. So wait, was his first? Oh my God, was his first wife somebody else, and then he married her, and that's Jane? Ah! I can't figure out, because he has a beard, he has a beard. So, could do clean shaven. Is there any other indicator? I'll leave it like that for now. Or, I'll take it off. I'll take it off. Ooh, that's cooking me. Okay, let's go back to Lauren. That's cooking me. That is hurting my head. Okay, Live Between Wars. Let's see. 1960s, Lauren. Okay. Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. Yeah. So Lauren gave birth to Clark. Got it. Who was the other Rafferty? Wait. Oh, my head. Okay, let me walk through this really quick. Okay. So I typed in the name Rafferty. This. So there's LaRue, Rafferty, Jessica, and Katrina. So does that mean that this one is Jane? Jane LaRue? Is that you? Not you. That's one of his wives. And I can put a picture on her. Oh, that's cooking me. That is cooking me. That is deep frying my noggin. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Also wrote novels under her married name to little fanfare. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries by her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name. So let's look up here. Let's finish reading this. Lauren Roottree to take advantage of the family's notoriety. This selection of diary entries, released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars, spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in English high school classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottree. This included Romance in the Court. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new novels, creating the fans refer to as the Court Jester series. She's listed as retired. Okay, so let's go back up to Lauren. Retired. Nope. That's not listed, so author. Got it. Let's look up her book. Right. Library. Holy shit. Seems you hit the jackpot here. This book is occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. Ow, pause really quick. Ow. Ow. So I took the last few days off. Okay, this is gonna sound, this is a little too much information. But I was in the shower, and I was cleaning my from under bits, and I was kind of reaching down and around, and I felt something pull. I pulled a muscle from my spine all the way around my ribs up to right here. And now, like, it's hard for me to, like, sit up for very long. It hurts real bad. All from cleaning my gooch, y'all. From scrubbing my taint. And now I have, like, a pulled muscle. Ow. All right. Let's go look at all that evidence. So that is her husband. Butler County Times. Okay, let's remember that. Excerpts from the Diaries of a Roottree. And that's her. Oh, face cam shut off. One sec. Alright. My camera's being a fucking dick. I can't get to turn on for more than like 2 seconds. So I guess I need to charge it up or something. Okay, so we know that his last name is Rafferty. There's Chris and there's Jacob. So we gotta figure out which of these 2 boys was the husband. Got it. Boop. Nope. Okay. The below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottree's diary pages in A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottree is on the notable list in your evidence shall be marked on the chart with a star. Okay. The book was published in 1965. It consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Got it. This left her to raise her son, Clark, alone. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. By skimming through the pages of the diary, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossells. Okay, so we got Sarah Cosell. Perfect. But she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottree Candy Company. And helped write the legal document called the Clantzed Trust. What was his name? Clancy Edward Roottree. Fuck. Clancy Edward. Father to Lauren. It's clear from context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for different generations of the family. Lauren uses them often. 5 pieces. The first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father is in this generation. Yes. Yes. Okay. The candies are named after them. I need to figure out the first and the third. No, first and fourth. God, the saxophones in this are fucking insane. The next generation. Lauren's generation. Part of the next generation. Excuse me. Lauren. Part of the next generation. Okay. Lauren generation. The Free Spirits. Let's take out the Clark is in this generation. Who else is? James Roottree is in this generation. Anybody else on this one? God damn. Shit. Ah, fuck. All right. Damn. That's a meaty lineup. There's tons of them. I still haven't found a picture of Carl. What the hell? All right. Complaints. Also, let me see if my face cam was working again. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that stays on for longer than 2 seconds now. From Lord Rootree's diary, written in 1953, the entry seems to be focused specifically on one of Lauren's family members, Gwynn, who is on the notable... Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the actress. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwynn, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. So These are her brothers. 3 brothers. Got it. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, Marguerite. Marguerite. That means... you could be Gwendolyn Roottree, or you could be... Ooh, because, like, the women might have taken other names. Because I already found out that her father took her last name. So they stayed Roottrees. So you could be one of these 2. Or you too. Who knows? Sick. Boop, back to this. Let's see. Fell on deaf ears. During the summer where I spent to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hope she would be the sister I never had, and that I do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. So her mom was blonde as well. Got it. Her aunt. Gwynn's mom. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me, even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in starlet. Featured in Starlet. And tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane, which I looked him up, that ended, and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first Roottree woman to be anything other than a housewife. Housewife. Damn. This is a treasure trove of info. This is great. Telltales of how... Okay, a housewife, and I'm jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I've been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I'm also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwynn. Damn. Entry titled Dynasty from Lauren Rootree's diary, written 1958, focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Roottree Company and the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me something that got everyone quite heated. Granddad was furious that none of his sons would take over as president. But that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers. Interesting. So we know that you're a lawyer. That means that either Elias or Miracle are preachers or an architect. Damn, this is so much information. Because the women are only housewives. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay within our branch of the family since we still have the Roottree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who has volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. Okay, so that means it's her son. You. Whatever your name is, your son becomes the second president. Yes. Yes. Okay. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Yeah. That makes that, I mean, firstborn 5-piece makes that a lot easier to understand. I was thinking because of his 2 daughters, one of them kept the Roottree name. The other one changed their name to something. Okay. But Granddad has always been very particular, has had very particular views when it came to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. Okay, so it's you, Morden. Your name is Gwendolyn Morden. You are James Morden. You are Zachariah Morden. I think this is right. And you are the second president. Oh, God, I hope that's right. Oh, God, my head. Okay. After all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm the oldest of us all. So she's actually the oldest of the next gen. Interesting. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with the catty remarks, countered, maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. They called Zach fat? Oh my God. The entry entitled Sam from Lauren Rootree's diary, written in 1963. From previous entry, you learned that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in the family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. I'm not the only one who want to realize. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwynn's off in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, okay, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. It's either shit. Christensen or Jones. Damn it. All right. That's not an easy slam dunk like I thought it would. Okay. Let's make a note of that. Let's call this Miracle. So there's Miracle Jr. married Patsy. Got it. Got it. Okay. Oh God, my head. I'm cooked. Keeping track of all this is so hard. Let's see. Patsy, last year at the reception, I asked who Sam was. Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest. Not my okay, so she has a brother named Eli. Got it. Miracle's youngest. C or M? I'm going to say M. Because this is Clancy, Edward. So this could be Elias Clancy. Ah, damn it. Shit. I don't know. I don't know for sure, so let's not do that yet. Let's go and write down two sons. Miracle Jr. and Eli. Save note. Put you back up here. Fuck. Okay. Also, she has a brother. Has a brother, Eli. Apparently when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seemed thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? EC. Okay, let's make a new tab. Sam. Okay. Last page. Oh my god. So I think these are the number of clues found in each page. Shit. Okay. One final entry is called Clark from Lauren Rootree's diary. Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sakes, and Danielle is much older. Danielle Franks. But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, God, hold on. These saxophones are killing me. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one that has any discipline is Carl. Talking about him, because he's part of the free spirit generation. Eventually becomes the 5th president. Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy This is Clancy Jr. Bam. To send him to an academy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge. And the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who was illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Pop seemed to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Edward. Eduardo. And her dad was a lawyer. We just don't know, because Clancy does something else. I don't know him yet. And then I don't know if you're Eli Jr. or one of the Elis. Then we have Edward. Edward and Eli. Interesting. Also, illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Is that interracial marriage or is that a gay relationship? What does that mean? Are we talking, yeah, are we talking interracial or gay? Because I don't know, when was, hold on, pause. Okay, so this is 1964. Hello, I'm back. This is 1964. And Loving v. Virginia passed in 1967. And that is what legalized interracial marriage nationwide. So this could either be a gay marriage, or gay marriage is going to be a long time, or it could be interracial, which is going to be like 3 years from now. Damn. Damn. Okay. As for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart. God. Is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on in his name. Does that mean he's an author too? Okay. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. So these are twins. Got it. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. Got it. Okay, so now... Oh, sick. Okay. Shit. So I already know who some of these people are. Let me run you through this before I even read the thing. You... Okay, so we know that Gwynn's mom was blonde. Did it. Alia, baby. Got Sarah, Diamond, Jacob, Danielle, James. Got her little picture, his picture. Yeah, boom. Hello.
You're on a roll.
Thank you.
I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottree reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Cool. Shiva.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
9 more? All right, let me plug in the rest of these pictures. You're the youngest, so you gotta be Miracle. What a shitty picture of Miracle. And then the oldest is you, because it's a lady. So then we have two more. One of these two. So I'll wait on them. Okay, let's see. This picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Oh. Sums that up. Bam. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. Let's see. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new house that Eli Jr. designed. Architect. So the only thing, I don't know what Miracle does yet. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the three of us were all about the same age. Yeah, because he's like way younger. Yeah. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who sat there with Aunt Gwendolyn. So Gwendolyn Morden. So Gwendolyn Morden? What? Yeah, so that's her. Is she not a housewife? Wait. Oh, because I didn't have her picture. That's why I didn't lock her in. Duh. Okay. I found out years later they never even took a second photo. Rude. So he's pretended. Oh, fuck. God damn. The photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. You! Carl! Which one was it? You! Carl! These 3 entries are correct. Yeah, so I got Clancy, Edward, Carl, and Elias. Okay. Includes a large number of cursive signatures. Oh my god. I'm just going to copy this. Notes. This is the Free Spirits. Next president, Guy Hudson. Second was Zach Morden. I think that was his last name. And then Guy Hudson. So he's either third or fourth. Carth? Did I fuck up a note? It's Carl. The fuck? Okay. Okay. None of them have beards. So there's Eli. Interesting. So there's yet another Eli. He looks just like him, though. He looks just like him. Interesting. So they might be brothers. Do I know anybody else here? You look pregnant. Okay. How about this one? Are you Zach? This is the next generation. Are you Zach? He's a big boy. And they said that, like, he looks like he at least samples the product. Which, that's fucking rude. By the way, that's mean as shit. Okay, so who we got? Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. Caption: attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo of our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered in the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. Him. You. So this is Eli. Do I know who Eli is yet? No. Oh, wait. He's very young. So I know that he's got to be Eli. And you're the youngest. And we know that... Okay, so you are Eli. Okay. Eli. Young little dude. Where are you at? So you have to be Eli. But, fuck. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to call you C. I'm going to call you M. And give you this picture. Process of eliminate, like, these two have the exact same haircut. The exact, like, that's them. So that means you are you. Got it. Okay. Let's see. Since to me he looked like Pop did, but I was outvoted by my brothers, they insisted that the 4 of us stand together. Yeah, that's them. And so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwynn. Yeah. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. Also didn't think it was fair that Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. You're... Miracle. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge after all these years. You are Miracle. Let's swap out the little kid picture with the older one. And also... rainbow tie. Rainbow tie. You are Miracle Jr. And they are brothers. My head. I am firing on all cylinders right now. My head is cooked. Okay, so I don't know who Sam is. I don't know who this is. I think you're Zach. I don't know who this is. I don't know who you are. You could be Sam. You could be Sam. Who the fuck is Sam? Who the fuck is Sam? All right. Photo that is attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage photo of the free spirits, out of the frame fell this photo too. Right on the back of the photo. Couldn't make it to the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris, Gwynn and the boys. Okay, so we have a new photo of Gwynn. She got that Farrah Fawcett hair, honey. And the boys. Film school. And he looks older. I have an entry. Ron Roottree. Ronald Roottree. Fuck off. RR Productions. That's got to be Ronald Roottree. You find a comment on a Usenet board saying that Brother Trouble ended up being ironic name considering rumors of RR Productions, Ron and Robbie Roottree. So we have Ronald and Robert. Fuck. Why are these two squared off like this? There's not much relevant information about Robbie Roottree in a comment thread on a message board about television cliches. You find a thread called "Why Was Brother Trouble Cancelled?" One user, my camera again. All right, I'll wrap it up after this. Why was Brother Trouble canceled? I think it was because the writing went really downhill in season 2. They actually had an episode where Roxy was addicted to sniffing markers. Another reply, maybe it's due to the rumor about Robbie Roottree in Silver Screen magazine. Silver Screen Magazine, added as a periodical, was a Hollywood insider magazine focusing less on actors and actresses and more on the nitty-gritty of writing, directing, costuming, set design, film... Okay, website's now dead, but that unlocked a periodical. The Small Rumors article from 1992 claims that the self-taught television screenwriter... So, I guess... Hold on. PQRST, that's travel agent. There's no writer. I think the only thing that makes sense is either director or media mogul. Let's see. Convicted under the name Robert in French court of law. It seems he, again, allegedly, embezzled from the company RR Productions to fuel a gambling habit that left him hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Damn! He then fled to Paris, where he grew up, and then Silver Screen continues to insist, this is all very much allegedly, assaulted an officer who came to question him. The article's author says they were unable to get a statement from French authorities, but received information from an anonymous source and were able to confirm through public record that there was a trial involving Robert Roottree around the same time that Brother Trouble was canceled. How about media mogul? No? All right, I'll come back to you too. Okay. Interesting. So I just went down like a huge rabbit hole there. Okay, what do I need to fill in? I need to fill in Miracle Jr. Let's go ahead and do him, then I'll wrap this up. Miracle Roottree? Maybe if I spelled miracle right? Damn. Okay. You find a website for a Miracle Network? Oh god. A production company run by the Miracle Roottree estate. It's quite bare bones, but it has the following blurb. Witness the testimonies of the Miracles Roottree. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life that the doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. With a birth rate that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems. But still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight. Yeah, he's a little boy with the eye patch. To spread the healing word of the Almighty. 20 years later, Miracle Roottree arrived and became the famous family's second vessel. Okay, hold on. So, Preacher. Fuck yes. Sick. Okay, so that means...
You're
oh.
listening to WRTG.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development in the wake of the accident that took his life. Some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparent most that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
Sorry, I was just trying to click the duck. I didn't mean to fuck that up. Also, Riot Girl. This looks like a poster from The Haunting of Joni Evers, a game that I played. Yeah, there's... oh. Miracle the Third? Miracle the Third. He's also a preacher. So that means these aren't right. How about... no? What could I call these dudes? How about director and screenwriter? Bam! Fucking sick.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it, but I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed. I'm a Roottree. I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
Oh my god. All right, let's go ahead and end it there. Yeah, I got... Why didn't it lock her in yet? Why didn't it lock her in yet? Alright, gotta figure that out. It still hasn't locked her in. Maybe she's not a housewife. Maybe she gets another job eventually. I just gotta find that note. But yeah, that's the entire top row locked in. Yeah, she's gotta be... It's gotta be you. That's like, it's the correct name. And she's a housewife. Why didn't it lock her in? Weird. Alright. And then the younger brother, I can't remember what his name is yet. But apparently he has a kid. Don't know them yet. They have a kid. Don't know them yet. Damn. He looks like a mechanic. Yeah, that looks like a mechanic outfit. So I'm gonna put that. All right. Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap! 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 Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Let me go turn this on for a second. Sorry, my face cam keeps shutting off. I don't know what the deal is. Hello, I'm back. And then gotta adjust the focus. Yeah. If you guys want to see more, please leave a like. If this can get to like 500 likes, I'll do a part 2 and potentially a part 3. Gotta figure out why she didn't lock in. Gotta figure out their professions and his name. Gotta figure out his kids. Gotta figure out their kids. Gotta figure out her husband. Not her husband. Her husband. Gotta figure out... Yeah. And then there's an entire side of the family that I really haven't fucked with yet. Damn. 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 I wonder if I can just, like, guess one really quick. Musician. Clark. That one? This one? Damn. Really don't know yet. All right. Yeah. Whew. Thank you again to Prua for being a patron and for recommending this as the patron pick. This is a lot of fun. This reminds me a lot of... I didn't say this at the start, but it reminds me a lot of Her Story and Return to the Obra Dinn. I love these kind of games. Love these kind of games. Yeah. This is a lot of fun. I got some work done today. Damn. And then, oh, I can also replace, boop, there we go. Get his little boy picture in. Yeah, perfect. All right, yeah, thanks everybody. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you have any recommendations for other games to cover, please leave a comment. It is greatly appreciated. Check out my Patreon. It really helps out, especially on days where I can't record because I'm hurt. It really just helps having that little backup to support the channel. But yeah. If you want to see part 2, leave a like and a comment. Cool. All right. Bye, everybody.
Me for you, and you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge. Rivers rambling, onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. All be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. Morning clover. So take